NBA stars are some of the richest people in the world, and they are not afraid to flaunt it. The expensive things they buy are just so crazy, they will leave you speechless. One NBA star spent more than $50,000 on sneakers. Another bought a house for $10 million. And if that isn't insane enough, an NBA star spent $19 million to fight his greatest fear. First off is LaMelo Ball. This NBA star made a purchase so stupidly expensive even before he signed his NBA contract. LaMelo went on a shopping spree and bought himself a 14-karat white gold VVS diamond grill, estimated to have cost up to $40,000. Yeah, you would think that since he was bold enough to spend all that cash, showing it to his dad wouldn't be a problem. Well, it turns out even LaMelo knew his purchase was so ridiculous and wouldn't let his dad find out. But after a while, he must have thought to himself, what is the essence of making such an expensive purchase if no one knew about it? So he took to social media to show off his latest bling. The wildest thing is he hadn't gotten his first paycheck from the NBA, meaning that the entire $40,000 came from his pocket. That's wild, LaMelo, but not as wild as Jimmy Butler, who had always wanted an aquarium, but not the regular one. So he dropped $40,000 for a 6,000-pound aquarium shaped like a boombox. The 10-foot-tall aquarium is pretty much one of a kind. It is filled with 600 gallons of water and over 50 fish. It even has a built-in speaker. The man and fish are gonna be having a blast during party hour. Nevertheless, Jimmy's $40,000 aquarium is by far the least of the most stupidly expensive things NBA stars own. So let's take it up a notch. Paul George's ridiculously expensive purchase came after a life-changing incident that almost cost him his career. In 2018, George was breezing through the court, showing off his skills, until he took a dive that landed him in the hospital. George sustained an open fracture to the tibia and fibula in his right leg, and was immediately sent to surgery. He had hoped he would recover in a few months, but got the heartbreaking news that he would not be able to play basketball for a whole year. Sad. Fans began wishing Paul a speedy recovery, and some of his teammates and other celebrities took out time to visit him in the hospital. One of them was Floyd Mayweather, who didn't just encourage him, but also gave him some important financial advice. The advice is pretty much a mystery, but it might have prompted Paul to make the wildest purchase of his life. A $265,000 custom-made Ferrari Spider that he couldn't even drive. The reason? To cheer himself up. Plus, he went all out to get the car done to his taste. He had the interior completely redesigned, so he could stretch his long legs a lot better. Definitely happy to see that the beautiful things of life could make him less sad about being out of the NBA games for a whole year. Go on and do what makes you happy, Paul. But you know another NBA star that buys things to make himself happy? PJ Tucker. This NBA star's obsession with shoes has to be the wildest in the world. He literally spends at least $16,000 on shoes each day, and he just can't help himself. The number of shoes just kept going up so much that they had their own closet. And when it got to about 5,000, PJ did the wildest thing and got his shoes their own condo. That is so insane! Who gets a whole house for their shoe collections? Bro! According to him, there was simply not enough space for his shoes in his house anymore, and he felt they finally needed their own private space. Crazy! But what is even crazier is the total amount his collection is worth. A staggering $1.5 million. All that on pairs of shoes. Come on, PJ. But that isn't as noble as what retired NBA star Dwayne Wade copped as his birthday gift. This man literally spent 5 times that amount to have one of the best nights of his life. When Wade hit Big 32, he thought it was best to have a birthday celebration. But you must have imagined him with some NBA stars and some of his family members over for dinner, singing him a birthday song, and Wade blowing out candles on top of his birthday cake. Well, you thought wrong, 'cause Wade had a more interesting idea, and it cost him big money in dollars. Wade threw a big party and went on to spoil himself with one of the most expensive birthday gift money he could buy. And it wasn't jewelry or an expensive car. He already has all that. Instead, man dropped the jaw-dropping over $5 million on a customized luxury yacht. Yeah, the plain white was simply not good enough. He got it repainted black and white with cool designs and renamed the yacht the Way of Wade. And guess what? He got a jacket to match his new baby. Now here's the full gist. Wade's 130-foot birthday yacht was filled with some of the coolest things for his birthday. He had an entire room just for his shoes, a shoe cake, and a private fireworks show. Then it was time to party up, meaning all his NBA guys pulled up to get the yacht party started. And of course, no one can forget LeBron James pouring out his heart to the birthday boy. It was such a sweet display of bromance. Aww! This video should probably end after a whole $5 million yacht. But guess what? It gets even crazier. This next NBA player didn't spend $19 million just to show off, but because he was battling a phobia of flying. On September 11th, 2001, the world was hit by devastating news, and people didn't feel safe for the longest time, including Tracy McGrady. He suddenly developed a fear of flying after he heard the news of planes being hijacked and the horrible experiences that came with it. And since he was always traveling from one city to the other, he was constantly filled with fear of an attack happening on the plane he was on. He couldn't continue to live like that, cause, as an NBA player, you would always have to travel from state to state to play games and attend to other commitments. So our man had to figure out a way to get over his fear no matter the cost. And that was when he bought the most expensive item of his life, a private jet. Yeah, it was alright, not a big deal. It's a $19 million Falcon 2000 we are talking about here. Hello? Which happens to also be one of the best corporate jets in the world. And it is expensive for all the good reasons. One reason being, it is super comfortable. So Tracy can be well relaxed when traveling, allowing him to get over his fear of flying in the most luxurious way possible. But here's the deal. While a $19 million purchase is super crazy, no one buys the most lavish things like LeBron James, who is not only the king of the court, but has earned himself a master at making the wildest purchases. To think he has it all: the cars, the diamonds, the Rolex, and designer shoes. So what then could be the most insane purchase of LeBron James's life? It is no other than his $52 million crib, one of the most expensive cribs in the entire world. And while you can tell how luxurious it is from the outside, with its outdoor pool that has a fire pit in the middle and an amazing view of the Los Angeles skyline, wait till you get in. It is even better. The crib comes with 6 luxurious bedrooms, 10 bathrooms, a game room, walk-in closets, a gym, a spa, an indoor garage for his expensive cars that also has a man cave with a built-in golf simulator, and, of course, a wine cellar, given how much he loves to drink. LeBron's $52 million house is definitely a thing of legend, and he is obviously not only the best when it comes to playing basketball, but also making the most interesting purchases. Want to see something more interesting? Check out this next video.